Hi, good day. So we are now on the week 5 or Filipino personality and social work. Let's proceed. So right now we move on to the theory of Karen Horney. Feminine psychology. Karen Horney, pronounced Horney, was born in Hamburg, Germany on September 1885. No, so she wrote several books where she emphasized cultural factors more than sexual drive. She gains popularity through her analysis of the neurotic aspect of human behavior. Her interest in feminine psychology was stimulated by two factors. First is psychoanalysis was created by a male who spoke almost entirely to men. So ito yung sabi ni Horney nga, yung psychoanalysis daw, especially ni Freud, halos pang lalaki. Ano yung side naman na sa babae? Second, certain clinical observations appeared contradictory to Freud's theory of libido. Freud's concept of libidinal development considers sexual attitude and activities as essentially an inevitable process and ignore the role of culture. So, ini-ignore niya. Kumbaga, focus ng taga sa tao si Freud. No? Sa sexual aspects, sa inner aspects, ini-ignore daw niya yung culture and society. Sabi ni Horney. Freud suggested that Venus envy was largely responsible for woman's development. He suggested view themselves as himself viewed them as castrated males. While Karen Horney contradicted Freud's hypothesis of Venus envy as primary determining factor of the psychology of women. Boys express jealousy over, ito yung ka-Freud. She further observed that many men and boys express jealousy over women's ability to bear and nurse children. She termed this phenomenon womb envy and suggested that womb envy and Venus envy are complementary. Ano yung view ni Horney sa human nature? According to Horney, neurosis is caused by disturbed human relationship. No, hindi po yung inner na sinasabi ni Freud. The rudiments of neurotic behavior are found in relationships between parent and a child. Yun yung sabi ni. Kumbaga, yung relationship mo pala sa parent at child, doon nagkameron ng problema. Doon ka nagkameron ng neurosis. Pala, hindi yung sayo talaga, innate sayo. No. There is, ano yung mga problem na yan? Isa na rin dito, no? There are two things that bakit nagka-develop ng neurosis sa isang bata, isang human. The parents can demonstrate genuine affection. Kung nangyayari yun, normal development yun nangyayari sa isang tao. Kung yung parents naman demonstrate indifference or rejection, that leads to neurotic development ng isang bata. Horney called the behavior of parents that undermines the child security as the evil, basic evil. Isa sa mga example dito is indifferences towards the child, rejection of the child, hostility towards the child, obvious preference for a sibling, no? Unfair punishment, ridiculing the child, humiliating the child, erratic and promises, isolation. Ito yung mga nangyayari sa'yo. So, ito yun, he and she must repress. So, nangyari yung bata, nagre-repress ng feelings. Kumbaga, pinipilit niya ipitin para makalimutan niya. Repression of child's basic hostility is motivated by feelings of helplessness, fear, love, or guilt. May 6 principles dito si Horney, according sa theory niya. Optimism and positivism principle that humankind has the capacity to change. Society, culture principle, personality is a product of interaction with others, bounded by societies in which lives as well as former societies in which one had life. Character structure principle, throughout life, people create structural character which may be changed. Self-concept principle, self-concept means first, an awareness to oneself as a human being. Second, the importance of significance of oneself in the role of one's life. Okay? Fourth is, fifth rather, complementation and conflict. No? So, this is the major theme of Horney's theory. The two divisions of this principle are the major adjustment of the technique. So, minor adjustment and technique. So, example, if there is complementation, positive yan. If wala, conflict yung mangyayari. Self-analysis principle, human beings have the capacity to analyze their own defects with rough skills to solve many, not all of their problems. And of course, according to Horney, meron din adjustment to basic anxiety yung isang tao. Since basic anxiety cause feelings of helplessness and fear, people experiencing it must find ways to keep it to the minimum. Normal people experience most of it. Not all of these needs, and when they do, they deal with the proper perspective. So, Horney listed 10 neurotic needs ng isang tao. One of that neurotic needs ng isang tao, kung hindi talaga nasatisfy, kung unsatisfied siya, is that neurotic need for affection and approval. The individual lives to be loved and admired by others. Ganon yung feeling na nangyayari. Neurotic need for a partner who will run one's own life. The individual needs to be affiliated with someone. Gusto mo magprotekta sa kanya. Pag hindi siya na insecure yung datingan. Neurotic need to live within narrow limits. The individual is very conservative. Neurotic need for power. Neurotic need for exploit others. Yun yung ginagawa siguro ng mga politiko. Kumbaga, kung aping-api sila dati sa una, gusto nilang magkameron ng power. Neurotic need for social recognition. Neurotic need for personal admiration. Nagpo-post ka sa social media, gusto mong ma-admire ka. Neurotic need for ambition or personal achievement. Gusto kang may maabot. Neurotic need, The individual has an intense desire to become famous, mayaman, importante. Ganon yung mga neurotic need. Kasi nga, bata ka pa lang, hindi mo to na-achieve. Neurotic need for self-sufficiency and independence. Ganon. Neurotic need for perfection. Ganon, The 10 neurotic needs are divided into 3 categories. So, nakadivide siya sa 3 categories. First of that, Horney's most significant contribution to personality theory. First, that moving toward people. If I give in, I shall not be hurt. Yun yung mga ginagawa ng mga tao. So, sa first 3 to, this category includes neurotic need for affection and approval. Kumbaga, people pleaser, man pleaser. For dominant partner, so kumbaga, binibigay na lang yung loob para hindi saktan, hindi iwan. Ganon, moving toward others. Compliant type po, kumukomply na lang, para hindi iwan. Moving against others, if I have power, none will hurt me. None will hurt me. So, hostile type yung isang taong yan. This category includes neurotic need for power and exploitation. Next is moving away from people. If I withdraw, nothing can hurt me. So, aalis. Detached type. Okay? So, the real self and ideal self, also according to Horney, real self, things that are true about us at any particular time. Ideal self are concept of what we would like to become. Okay, so the should, tyranny of the should, the ability to endure everything, understand everything, to like everybody, and to be always productive. There is always a should to our lives. I should do this, I should do that. Now, of course, Horney believed that there are primary adjustment technique. Horney calls the tendency to move forward, against, or away from people as major primary. So, yan yun, Yan yung major primary. Moving forward, against. That's major adjustment techniques. As major or primary adjustment techniques, since one of the 3 tends to penetrate individuals into our life. The secondary adjustment techniques naman, according to Horney, is a blind spot or denying or ignoring the certain aspects of an experience because they are not in accordance with one's idealized self. Deny mo, blind spot. Ginagawa mo ng blind spot. Compartmentalization, dividing one's life into various components with different rules applying them. For example, a person behaves according to one set of rules to family life and another set of business life. Kumbaga, meron kang kino-compartment mo yung pamumuhay mo. Ito ako sa gabi, parang ganito ako sa umaga, parang gano'n, Iba-iba. Compartmentalization. Rationalization, giving good reasons to excuse conduct that are otherwise anxiety-provoking or mission. So, para din meron din itong defense mechanism, di ba? Nag-excuse ka, you rationalize, you explain. Excessive self-control, guarding against anxiety by controlling an expression. Externalization or projection, feeling that all major influences in life are external to oneself. A person does not feel responsible for himself, for herself action. The individual is incapable of accepting criticism. So, when a student fail a course, it is because the teacher does not. Kumbaga, sinisisi mo sa iba. Yun ang nangyayari sa buhay mo. Arbitrary rightness. When an issue arises, that have no clear solution, the person arbitrarily choose one solution, thereby ending debate. The position this person takes become the truth and therefore cannot be challenged. So, kumbaga, kung meron kang pinaniwalaan, you only choose this. Hindi ka naniniwala sa iba. Ganon yun. Elusiveness. Never making a decision about anything. Kumbaga, wala ka na lang, never commit. Hindi ka nagko-commit sa paniniwalang to, sa ganyan. Gusto mo, neutral ka para hindi ka masaktan. Parang ganon. Cynicism, do not believe in anything. Hindi ako naniniwala kahit saan para I'm not accountable to this. hindi ka masasaktan dito. Taking the pleasure in pointing out the absence of meaning, the beliefs of others. Wala kang pinaniniwalaan. The goal of psychotherapy, according to Horney, all therapy use self-therapy since no changes could take place without the involvement of the client. Kailangan talaga involve yung client. The goal of the therapy is to create a realistic relationship between the real self and the ideal self, to make clients accept themselves for what they really are and thus develop realistic goals for the future. Such a process releases people from the tyranny of the shoulds and allow them to experience successes and failures of normal life. Although Horney looked upon early childhood years as crucial in stimulating either normal or neurotic development, the effects of these experiences could be reversible naman. So, evaluation ka Horney, no? So, ka Horney, no? Ang goal niya talaga, Horney was interested in abstract thinking and she did not do a great deal of regard in the era of philosophy. Nevertheless, her ideas are in tune with many philosophical concepts that had been introduced by other therapists. Her goal in therapy was growth-oriented, optimistic lang, positive. No, so she became interested in Zen Buddhist in his writing. So, ganyan man yung mga Buddhism, positive na positive lagi. No, so Horney was an astute observer and she was a talented clinician. She frequently tested, revised, and discarded her theories and in light of new observations. So, palagi niya palang, kumbaga, nire-revise yung theory niya para talaga, kumbaga, trend and talagang magamit, applied. Horney believed that her method and theory must be open to scientific investigation and research, while her theories did not generate more laboratory experimentation. Summary kang Horney sa theory niya, Horney opposed the biological determinism of Freud. Kang Freud kasi parang naniniwala siya na our biology determines it all. Ganon yun, no? It's biology that determines everything. She also questioned the libido theory, offering it its place in the state of anxiety during early childhood. Horney stressed that two basic needs in childhood were security and satisfaction, and not libido or morbid. In contrast to Freud, who focused on conflict, of Horney believed that the basic conflicts are endemic to culture itself. She felt that the condition of selflessness, hostility, or indifference could be prevented if parents. No, so baga, sinali niya dito yung role ng parents sa child development. Which what I like is kang theory naman ni Horney. A child who is abused by parents experiences basic hostility towards his or her parents. Kaya nag-develop yung moving towards people, moving, mga ganon, moving against people, and moving away from people. May nangyayaring ganon. Horney's greatest contribution were the major and the secondary adjustments. So, yun. Now, we already know it. Okay, so here are the guide questions of Horney's theory. And thank you.